cow, y'all. Jeez. My goodness gracious, what a way to start. Well, I told y'all in the opening, the first opening I shot, I said I was gonna slip bobber fish today. Well, I threw a minnow out there on that school, 2 different minnows, a small one and a medium-sized minnow. Threw it right in the school. They'd swim up there, they would look at it, they would not eat it. So, I mean, I'm just gonna keep it real. Y'all see the minnows right there. I tried my best to shoot a slip bobber show today, but that ain't gonna be the deal, I don't think. That is a big old crappie. Big black crappie. Man, what a way to start. That is cool stuff right there. What a pretty fish. I'm gonna get that one back. Let's see if we can get another one, because there's a wad of them down there. Back down there, girl. There's a wad of them down there on that place. And I just found this place. Never fished here before, so I'm kind of excited about this. Let me tidy up here a minute. Who knows, maybe we can catch some on the minnows later, but right now, we're gonna fish with a jig. All right, here we go, right back in that same place. Let's see if we can get another one of them great old big ones. That was a big old black crappie. Good way to start right there. We got them looking at it. Come on. Here we go. I hit it on the fall. Feels like another big crappie. Oh yeah, another nice one. Come up in here, baby. That one sure did. That one hit it on the fall. Right there. Another nice black crappie. Put him back and get us another one. All right, I'm just gonna play with some different colors right here. Caught 2 fish out of the school. Both of them been really nice fish. But I can get these fish to follow every single time, but they're just not really wanting to eat. So I'm gonna start playing with several different colors. This is actually a different bait. I caught the first 2 on a little Bobby Garland bait. This is actually a trout magnet right here. There we go. Finally got another one to bite. It's the only bait that I can get them to bite. I tried 2 or 3 different ones. Another big slab too. Only bait I can get them to bite is that monkey milk color. Nice crappie. A little bait right there is the only one I can get them to bite. There's a pile of big ones down there. I mean, I'm sitting here looking at some big old crappie, and I know they're all crappie. I can tell by the way they're acting. I mean, there may be 2 or 3 bass mixed in, but for the most part, they're crappie. And big ones. Every one I've caught there so far has been a big one. It's just hard to get the bite. Finicky. Water temp still 80 degrees. I mean, that tells you what you need to know right there. I keep saying it every week, I know, but it's going to get better. Eventually, we're going to start getting some cold nights. It may go from summer straight to winter the way it's looking, but eventually it's going to get better. Here we go. Starting to figure this spot out now. This ain't no real big one. It's a decent one. Just a good keeper, but I'm starting to figure the spot out. starting to figure out how they want it presented. Every spot, those of you that crappie fish quite a bit, you'll know what I'm talking about right here. Every spot has a certain way that the fish want the baits presented. I'll explain what I'm talking about. So some places, like if it's a brush pile that sticks up off the bottom, we'll let him go right there a good ways, and the fish set up in the top of the pile, sometimes you can just reel your bait right over the top of the pile and they'll eat it. I find a lot of brush piles where they'll gang up on one side of the brush pile. A lot of times it'll be on the back side, like say you got a situation where the wind's blowing like it is right now. Those fish will gang up right on the back side of that brush pile because that wind is creating current down there under the water that we can't see. So a lot of times what you'll have to do is reel that bait over the top of that brush pile, let it fall back down close to the bottom, get them chasing it again, and then you'll end up catching them. That's the kind of situation I got going on right here. These fish want me to throw it in there, come over the pile, let it fall back down. It makes like a little trough right there. They want me to let it get down in that trough that they're sitting in. Ooh, a big one just barely nipped it right there. They want me to let it fall down in that little trough that they're kind of sitting down in and get them to start chasing it again, and I can get them to bite then. There's always a certain angle, certain way, and it may change by the day, but there's always a certain way that those fish want that bait presented, and it's not always the easiest way to do it either. There we go. Felt the slightest little tick. Barely hit it. Moved over to a new brush pile. Same deal, there's a pile of them down there. I just gotta trigger one into biting. Pretty one though. Good keeper. Fish are sitting in about 15 feet of water. There's one. I only got one to bite in there. He bit the trap magnet. He ain't real big. Decent little keeper. Got him on that little pink and purple trout magnet. There we go. Boy, they're slow about biting. It's another good one. Yeah, it's a big one. Get up in here. I should not have boat flipped that crappie. That's a man right there now. That's a big old crappie. Y'all check that out. That's a big fish. Later on in the winter, that'll be a 2-pound fish. He's close now. When he fattens up, he'll be 2 pounds, ain't no doubt. He's just a little bit skinny. Let's put him back. I had to ride around, find me a place to get out of that wind. That wind is really whooping. Like I said, I hadn't looked at the weather, but it must be blowing in some type of a front, which doesn't really surprise me. It's getting to be that time of the fall. But I found a school of fish right here. We're gonna cast in there a few times and see if there's any crappie in there. I know there is. I already see them. Just a matter of whether or not I can get them to bite. Here we go. Got one that time. Looks like a pretty good crappie. Oh yeah. That's a decent one. Take that one for sure. Come here, buddy. Just let me get my thumb in your mouth. There you go. I'm right on the top of the lip. He wasn't coming off. Pretty one. There's 10 or 12 down in there. I don't know why they're being so finicky about biting. Obviously there's a front of some kind coming in because this wind's kicked up like it is. I know they should be biting a lot better than what they are. Get it. There you go. Come on out there and get it. Why don't you? I hope my camera was sitting just right so y'all could see that. That son of a gun chased it way out there before he finally ate it. I had to kind of speed it up on him a little bit. Tricked him into biting. Doggone it. That's what happens when you grab 4-pound test. With a big crappie like that, they'll break your line every now and then. But that's a good fish. Thick one. Be a good eater, but I'm gonna throw him back today. It's your lucky day, buddy. All right, let's check on this school of crappie again. I've run around, caught a few here and there, and a little bit of everywhere. Come back to this school of biggins that I started on. See if we can get a couple more of them to bite, wrap up the video. Bunch of big fish here. There's one. Finally got one of them jokers to bite again. Jeez. That's another good one too. I mean, you have to get it right on their doggone nose down there. Come up in here. Big son of a gun. We have not caught a bunch today. It has not been easy by no means. But I think we got enough to make a good video, and what we've caught has been some dang nice ones now. We've caught some really, really good fish. I'll show y'all what I'm using here real quick because I know y'all always like to know. I've got a little 1/32 ounce prototype jig head that I'm playing with. That particular bait is a little itty bitty Bobby Garland bait. I've got a number 5 split shot, about a foot up a line. That's just to get it down quicker is all that's for. This line right here, this is 4-pound vicious 100% fluorocarbon. I've got about 6 feet of it as my leader, and then my main line is 7-pound vicious panfish braid. I'll link all of it in the description. Like I said, this particular rod is the 7'2", moderate fast, light action, mustad detector rod. Been using these 4 or 5 years. Really great little rods. And this particular reel is just a Daiwa 2500 size reel. Not a real expensive reel. I think it's like a $60 reel, but it gets the job done. So, yep, that's the setup. Like I said, everything will be linked in the description. You can find it there. If you have any questions about it, I will try to answer them. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today. Today was a day pretty much all about adapting and overcoming, I guess you could say. I got out here this morning. I stopped and got me a few dozen minnows, thinking I was going to shoot a slip bobber video, and they did not want the minnows today. So ended up catching them on a jig. Hey, I like to catch them on a jig too. It's all good. It was a fun day. You know, hope you learned a little something. Still playing with that jig head a little bit. Fixing to try. I've got some other samples on the way. I'm going to try some different hooks and stuff, but we will get it dialed in, and I'll give you guys the down low on the jig head as soon as I possibly can. We're starting to get some cool nights. Water temp is still 80 degrees, but This particular coming up week right here is definitely going to drop that water temperature. So it's going to get a lot better for sure. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I appreciate you watching as always. Still doing guide trips. Had some really good guide trips this week. So if you guys are interested, shoot me an email. You can find that in the description of the video as well. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you next time.